So that is our rotation this way. Okay, so we're going this way. Now we've got one more rotation to do, and then we're kind of done. So we got one more rotation to do. So let's put it in between these two. Okay. So let's think about it. Remember, it's just same. It's all based on the wrist, the carpal bones. Okay, so what have we got? If you really want to challenge yourself, you can try it from the other side as well, because I've done it facing the thumb, facing this way. You can try it with the pinky. Remember, the pinky's always on the ulnar side, right? So what we want is the same deal. We want to think about, okay, well, what will be happening to the scaphoid and the lunate, okay, in line with the radius bone. I don't want to move it from the radius bone. I want to keep it in line with that. This ellipsoid doesn't slide in and out of the joint, okay? It kind of stays where it is, okay? Then we got the tricutrium, okay? We won't really see the pisiform either on this side, okay? So now here we have the trapezium, okay? Then we have the trapezoid, okay? Then we have the capitate, and then we have the hamate, okay? So it's rotating this way, okay? So what happens is then we want to have our hand kind of coming this way. So now remember our rule, okay? It comes out there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They come out there like that, okay? And we think about that. So if we just make our little kind of like circles to kind of help us with the length, so that'll be the metacarpals, okay? The metacarpals coming out there like that. Okay, so we have the first metacarpal coming out of the trapezoid, the second metacarpal coming out of the capitate, the third metacarpal coming out of the hamate, and the fourth, which we might have difficulty seeing, coming out of the hamate too. Okay, and the thumb metacarpal, the first metacarpal, that's the fifth actually. The first is the thumb, so the second is the first finger.
So, are you gonna join the library?
So then again, same deal. Okay, we can just put in our distal phalanx. Okay, and we put in our distal phalanx here like this. Let's just have a look at it there, see what we got. Okay, yeah, there's some movement there like that. Let's look at it like that. It's a challenging angle, but we have something. Okay, not perfect. Then we have the middle. Okay, so we can just put them on, like you can put them in there like bamboo tubes if you want. Okay, doesn't really matter. We're not focusing on micro study yet. Okay, and then we have the proximal one on this side like that. So we can see the rotation of the hand, okay, from these sides and from this sides like this. So what we effectively have here is we have a rotation of our wrists. Okay, now you see that's all we can do with it. We can't rotate this ellipsoid joint. Okay, it cannot do this. Okay, if we wanted to do that, we would have to rotate our radius and our ulna. Okay, if we wanted to do that, the radius and the ulna would have to be rotated. Okay, so where all of the carpals and the metacarpals will be this way like this. So that's not getting included. That is a radius and ulna movement. Okay, so we are focusing on what the wrist can do here. That's what the wrist can do. Okay, so that is essentially it for the first portion. We have done 45 minutes. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in and a lot to go through. But I promise you that by studying the hand like this is just video 1. We're going to be doing a whole load of more videos. We're going to be talking about the flexing of the fingers and their movement of the metacarpals, because they do kind of move with their very restricted movement. in the next video. But in this first video, we have covered the absolute basics, so we'll just go through them again. The scaphoid, the carpal section of which is an ellipsoid joint, which is the scaphoid, and the lunate, and the tricutrium and the pisiform, which are the bottom row, and the top row is the trapezium, the trapezoid, the capitate, and the hamate. Okay, and we've done them from both sides, so we know that on the palm side we see the pisiform, and on the reverse side we don't see that. Okay, so we've done that, and now we have also understood how that wrist flexes and moves for animation purposes, in terms of what we can and we can't do with our wrists. You also learn how the radius and ulna play a lot in your wrist movements as well. It isn't just down to the carpals in action. So that is it. That is the first lecture on real animator training. Anatomy for the animator. You guys know you've enjoyed this lecture. You know that you have learned something. You know that you probably don't learn anatomy like this from anywhere else. This is hand-drawn animation, anatomy for the animator, taught in the AMB Real Animator Training Library. If you would like to be a member of this library, visit ambanimation.com, click on Real Animator Training. You will be taken to this page here where you will be able to join, and you'll have a video here explaining what is all about, and you'll have a little bit about me, where I've worked. You know, I've worked on Universal, Columbia, 20th Century Fox, Disney Junior, Lego, Cartoon Network, PBS, MTV, you name it, the works. Okay, you'll also hear about how my college, how my library offers far greater value to students who have been to art schools where, such as CalArts. You know, let's go to the very top. You can watch this video where a CalArts student comes live onto my stream and starts explaining how his course, he doesn't say it, but you can go to their website and do the math. The course adds up to 180,000 now. Here I've written 170,000, but 180,000 for that 4-year course. And he's saying basically he wished he knew about the library because he wouldn't have gone. He would have saved himself the debt because he would have just joined the library. And you can listen to some of these guys sharing their experiences of what Real Animator Training has done for them, which is very insightful. So go to ambanimation.com and click on Real Animator Training Library. It is, you know, you can have your lifetime member for the price of a 6-year-old iPhone or an Xbox. So it's your call. How important is animation to you?
So AMB is the greatest archive anyone could ever ask for.
You know, of all the books I've read, of all the other online tutorials I've seen, this was the missing key.
Every video is like packed with this information that I would never be able to get anywhere else. So I would say this is the greatest resource for learning animation.
For me, AMB Animation Library is hands down the best animation learning resource that I've seen. I've tried all the tutorials, I've gotten all the books. I've never been able to really grow until I found AMB.
And it's incredible. I've only just begun it, but I definitely am getting more from that than I did from my 1.5 years of college.
I've noticed definitely that my animation has improved a lot, and it's more alive than ever.